We're going to practice lambdas for Kotlin right now, and for right now we're going to create a average method for the mutable list with any type of object, which we can take an average of one variable. For instance, I have a person object with a variable money in pocket. I want to take a list of people and get the average of all of those variables of that object, and it's going to look exactly like this. We list the people, the average, and then we're going to put in the variable such as its money pocket, and we're going to create that. First thing, we need to do the expressions, so we need to do function. Put in our generic type of t. You can put anything you want. I like t. Put iterable, because iterable is part of a mutable list, so we would need to put iterable. I like to put another t right here, and just put in our method name average. And now here is the part that I usually mess up on, and it's actually a very difficult part to figure it out when you first figure out lambdas. But for the parameters, you want to create a parameter of body. I usually put body. You can put anything you want, but I usually put body. The body is going to have a parentheses, and what these parentheses are is it's a type, kind of. The parentheses refers to anything inside of these curly braces. So the parenthesis is actually referring to money in pocket. So the parentheses is pretty much money in pocket, and what do we want to apply it to. So inside the parentheses, if we put t, for example, we're getting money in pocket from t, and you can see if we complete this parameter here, we see that the t actually refers to it. So if we get rid of t, it will turn red. So we're applying money in pocket to it, and this parentheses is giving the word it to that type. First, we need the size of the array, so we need to create a separate length. You can't get the length that I know of from regular variables, so we're going to create that. And now we want the sum as well. In a for loop, we're just going to do a generic for loop. We're not going to name anything special, because we want this to work for any method. I'm going to do a length plus plus, and we're going to do sum plus and equals body. Now again, what I said, body is a pointer to money in pocket. So what do we want? We want to give money in pocket, so we want to be able to do exactly this I dot money pocket. So we have to give I to this body. Well, we have to put that into the parameter. I is the it, so we're essentially doing this, but we're replacing the it with that I, doing I dot money in pocket. Return sum divided by length, and we're done with this lambda. Actually, first we need to do the return type. We have the return type, and now this should work. So if we press play, we should see in our print, in our logcat, the average. Now one thing with this expression and this lambda is that you can use this with any object. You can use this with a person, with a bank, money, int, anything like that. If you want to do doubles, you just change the int to a double. I use this very often, the average here. And I use that very often because I usually work with statistics, very simple statistics, so average is something that I need to use. And this is a lot easier than doing for loops or anything. You just have to do a one-liner here. With expressions, you don't really have to create anything new. You just create the method that you don't own, and you have it. Now we see here that we have it. The text might be a little small for you. Not exactly sure how to change the size of this, but we'll figure it out. And you can see that the average